So now let's review the signals within my model. So first off, we have the green signal. Now, when the signal is green, this means that risk is low in the overall stock market, and the green signal has the best risk-reward ratio for equity investors. When the signal is yellow, this means that risk is moderate in the U.S. stock market. And what you can expect during a yellow signal is that the U.S. stock market is going to be sideways to perhaps slightly down. And this is a transition period a lot of times where the signal maybe had been green for a while and then it goes yellow. And then if the situation gets bad enough, that's when we get a red signal. And when the signal is red, that means that risk is high in the stock market. And the red signal has the worst risk-reward ratio for equity investors. The model behind the signals is robust and complex. I've simplified the way that I disseminate this information, and I've got it down to a green, yellow, red signal, so it's easy for everybody to understand. Again, when the signal is green, that is the best risk-reward ratio signal for equity investors. When the signal is red, that is the worst risk-reward ratio signal for equity investors. And then along with the risk-based signals, I have the trend indicator. I call it the early bird indicator, and that is a positive negative indicator on the trend of the overall stock market. And I worked on the trend indicator for 7 years trying to figure out the optimal time frame so that I know that the trend indicator is going to be positive for the bulk of most uptrends, but then negative for the bulk of most downtrends. And for my own benefit, that's what I worked on it for that long. So all of this I created for my own benefit, and I'm now making it available to you. I deliver my proprietary signals to my subscribers via a weekly newsletter. So every weekend, my subscribers will receive the proprietary risk level signal on the overall U.S. stock market. My subscribers also receive the proprietary trend direction signal on the overall U.S. stock market and the proprietary risk level signals on all 11 major sectors of the S&P 500. So not only do you get the risk level signal on the overall U.S. stock market, but you get an individual signal on all 11 major sectors of the S&P 500. So if you are a sector investor, then you're going to know what's going on with each underlying sector of the S&P 500. And even if you're not a sector investor, it helps you understand. It's kind of like lifting up the hood on the S&P 500 and seeing what's going on underneath the hood of the S&P 500. So you'll understand what's going on beneath the surface. So it's very educational, even if you only invest in the overall market or an ETF or a mutual fund or something like that. So this is super educational and very beneficial for everyone, whether you invest individually in sectors or not. My subscribers also receive market and sector performance information over multiple time frames. So I take a look at the best and worst performing sectors and give you that information. And again, it starts to show trends when you start to see these patterns emerging in the performance of a certain underlying sector, but you'll also get it for the overall market on, for the week, for the month, for 3-month period. So you start to see trends emerging. So again, very educational and very helpful. You will also receive market commentary from me and a weekly recap on what has happened in the market during the week. And my subscribers receive technical analysis data points that they can use. So along with the trend direction and the risk level signals, you will also get technical analysis data points that are super helpful. And you're going to get fundamental analysis data points. So you'll be able to look at the technical data, the fundamental data. You'll have the trend direction. You'll have the risk signals. And I think, as you can see here, guys, what I'm delivering here through Simple Market Signals goes way beyond just a single risk-based signal. All right, this is massive, massive amounts of information for a very low price point. Additionally, you will receive yield curve information. And you will also get investor education information, little nuggets that I deliver every single weekend to my subscribers. And again, all of this adds up to increase your financial IQ and your success as an investor or trader. And I want to set realistic expectations on the newsletter, guys. The newsletter is not fancy. It's effective. It's plain text. There's no color and no fluff, okay? This is just really, really good information. It's written in a very concise format. It's just a massive amount of incredibly important data points that you get every week. But again, it's emailed. It's plain text. There's no color. There's no illustrations. There's no fluff. It's data, but it's data that will help you. What you won't get is opinions, including my own. Okay, we go off the model. I don't even put my opinions in here, so I'm not gonna, at the very most, guys, I would have a 50-50 shot of being right if I'm using my opinions. So you're not going to get my opinions, you're not going to get hunches, you're not going to get guesswork, and you're not going to get conspiracy theory. We stick to market-based facts, and that's it. We stick to market-based facts.